Kyo dake wa ikaru na. Shinpai suna. Kansha shite. Kyo o hagame. Hito ni shinsetsu ni. The secret technique of inviting happiness. The spiritual medicine for all disease. Just for today, do not be angry. Do not be worried. Be grateful. Do your duties fully. Be kind to others. Hello and welcome. My name is Calliope, and I'm going to be taking care of you today. How are you doing today? I see. I hope by the time you leave this Reiki session, you feel even just the littlest bit better. So today we are doing a Jikiden Reiki session. Is that correct? Wonderful. So tell me what you know about Jikiden Reiki. Yes, it's kind of hard to find some information on the web, isn't it? Yes, well, there are so many different modalities of Reiki these days. Now, what sets Jikiden Reiki apart is that it is the original style of Reiki. Jikiden means directly taught in Japanese. And Reiki was founded in Japan in the 1920s by a man named Mikao Usui. And in Reiki we call him Usui Sensei. Now, Usui Sensei had taught a man named Fujiro Hayashi, and he taught a woman named Chiyoko Yamaguchi, and she taught her son Tadao Yamaguchi, who taught people all over the world about Jikiden Reiki. Now, Reiki is a universal life force. We all possess it, and we all have the innate ability to heal ourselves and others with it. Now, over time, we have lost this ability, this innate ability to heal with Reiki. So, using training from our Reiki masters and Reiju, which is like an attunement in English, then we can be taught how to reactivate this ability and how to use it to heal ourselves and others. And Reiki can even be used to heal distantly, so let's say online or even through a television. But the best, of course, is for us to do it in person using touch. Now, I do not have to use touch if you do not feel comfortable with that. I can hold my hands over the different positions that we will be in if that makes you more comfortable. But it does tend to flow a little bit better, work a little quicker if I do have my hands on you. But that's up to you. Okay, you're okay with that? All right, very good. So I will be using the same techniques that Usui had taught his students decades ago, and we will work from the head to the area of greatest need. And this is the area that has the most toxicity. And in Reiki, this is known as byosen. So with Reiki masters, people who have been doing Reiki for a long, long time, they can scan a person's body and they can find the area of byosen. And this byosen concept, it has 5 different levels of how toxic it may be, whether we experience heat, tingling, even pain. It tells us about the toxicity in your body, and then we can work with it to alleviate that. If you have a specific complaint, I can go right to that and I can assess the level of byosen in that area. Or if it's more a general body treatment, then we can go with each hand position, and just depending on what I find, I can work a little longer in one area, touch a little on another area, and work with your body, its reactions, and my perception, and we can go through a full treatment that way. Okay, so this is a general Reiki session then. Wonderful. We can absolutely do that. So let me sanitize my hands real quick so then we're all nice and clean. Since you're okay with doing the touch, right? I have your permission to do that. Then I just want to make sure everything is fresh, sanitized, and this has a wonderful scent as well. Now with Jikiden Reiki, there is no frills to this. We're not going to be using crystals or singing bowls or anything of that sort. It is free of influences from the West, which isn't necessarily a bad thing. Reiki is Reiki. It still works regardless. Some practitioners find it a little more effective for them to use. It might work a little quicker. It might be a little more thorough for them, but Reiki is Reiki. So we will start by having you lie down, and we'll have you face up first. During the treatment, at one point I will have you flip over so we can finish the treatment with you lying down. I can get the back of your body, but for the first part we will have you face up. And I will be lightly touching each area and assessing the area, feeling all the sensations in my hands, relying on my perception to ascertain how long I need to stay in a place and how I can best treat you. Okay? Do you have any questions for me at all? Okay, very good. So I'm going to give you a moment to get settled, and then we will begin. Hey, how are you feeling? Okay, you comfortable enough? I do have some pillows or towels so we can bolster you or support you in any way if that would make you more comfortable. Okay, do let me know. And is the temperature of the room at a comfortable temp for you? Okay, very good. Do let me know if I can change that as well. This whole experience is tailored to you. We want to make you feel as comfortable as possible. Now, the starting position is going to have me at your head, so I will be moving to the back of you just to start. And then many of the positions are on the chest, as well as on the back of the body. We will be doing along the back, okay? We don't usually work with the arms or the legs unless we have a specific complaint we need to address. Okay? If at any point you feel uncomfortable, do let me know, right? And we will go ahead and get started. Okay? All right, so just going to start in the back here. And I'm just going to very lightly put my hands over your eyes. Have my fingertips just below the cheekbones. And this is the first position of our Reiki healing. Reiki healing is not coming directly from me, the energy that is, but I am a conduit for it. And the Reiki energy comes into my crown chakra and flows out of my hands. It is a hands-on healing. Works with a very gentle touch, light hand, in which we use our perception, not intuition. We're not being guided by ourselves, but we are being guided by what we feel in the body, what we feel in our hands and our fingertips. While there are writings on Jikiden Reiki, it is primarily taught orally. One goes to workshops, to classes, and they are taught orally. There are not supposed to be any notes. Some people record notes later. But we are given hand positions, and depending on the level of Reiki we're being taught, we're given symbols. And the most important thing in Reiki is that we are guided by the 5 principles, or the Gokai. I'm just going to gently pull my hands off, and then I'm going to be putting them right atop of your head so that my thumbs rest right at your hairline, just a little bit on the forehead, while the rest of my hands come to each side of your head. I can feel for any sensations like tingling or heat or even cold. I can feel for your breath, its cadence, its strength. I can look for subtle changes in the body depending on what I am doing. Good. You can keep your eyes open or you can close them for this practice. It's all whatever you feel called to doing. I do not wish to command you at all. You have the power to do whatever feels best for you, to do whatever feels right. I can feel a little bit of sensation. And as we work down the body, I can work more with the areas of greatest need. whatever has the most tumultuous movement or reaction. Now I'd like to move into the third position, where I am laying my hands right on the front of your chest. So almost like my hands are a necklace, so that I am laying them right along the clavicle, the top of the shoulders where it meets the neck. And we can feel what kind of activity is going on here, how I can best serve you, how I can best heal you. Reiki was often, many, many years ago, something that, when taught, that person would then teach the rest of their family so that they could heal themselves and each other. And then Reiki went underground for a long time. It hadn't exactly disappeared, but it wasn't at the level that it was before. And then all of a sudden, there was a huge resurgence. It was being taught all over the world. 22 masters to the world. It's a relatively simple process to learn how to utilize Reiki, how to heal yourself and others. But it is still incredibly important. Now I'm going to be coming to the side again. And I am going to be laying my hands again across your chest. So I have one hand that comes up here while the other crosses. And these are more along the shoulders here. The ocean washing in and retreating back. Asking myself, how can I best heal this person? How can I best serve their needs? How can I address the byosen? How can I help them be in their best health? I can feel the subtle of your heartbeat. My hand's more near your shoulders. It's very faint. It's very faint, but it's still something that I can feel for all about the perception. It's all about everything that I feel and how I can take it into account with everything else that's happening. Are you feeling any sort of sensations? Some people can feel almost a rush of energy. Some people can feel almost like the sun is shining down upon them. Some people get tingling. Some people don't feel anything at all. Which doesn't mean that it's not working. It may come later. Everyone reacts differently. These sessions can last as long as we need them to adequately address your body's needs. I'll move down just underneath the pectoral muscles, not quite to the diaphragm, the middle of the rib cage. This is where I can really feel your heartbeat. You have a strong heart. And I don't just mean the strength of the beats. I truly think that this will help you achieve your goals, achieve what you want. It will be able to center you. When we're centered, we are able to bring our thoughts, external events all into perspective, and we can live more truly by the Gokai. Jikiden Reiki is, oddly enough, sort of hard to find, but again, a lot of that is because it is primarily taught as oral training and oral history. Taught about its history, about how it works, about Usui Sensei's journey to finding Reiki, his meditation, his fasting, the miracles that followed when he finally had discovered Reiki. But it's kept somewhat a secret. Keeps it a little more pure, that you have to seek out the masters to be able to work with it. Now let's move to the diaphragm. With one hand on one side, the other hand on the other. There are are specific hand positions for each area. And there's even a manual on how to treat specific conditions. But when we are working with more general treatment, this is the procedure that we can follow. The most experienced users of Reiki can work just on Byosen. Use a little bit of energy here, a little bit of energy there. Use the Reiki to help unblock, to help drain that which no longer serves you. It's a wonderful feeling, isn't it? Part of the healing is just having someone that is caring for you, that touches you with care. Touch is something that we overlook as something healing. When it is done with care, with love in mind, with consent, permission. Sometimes it's all we need. Sometimes to get through the hardest trials, whether they be emotional or physical, we need someone to hold our hand or brush our hair back or hold our shoulder. To give Reiki is to give love. Love to another person for existing. To help them in any way we can. Let's move to the next position. So this is just above the waistline here. Feeling for any response. Feeling for any tingling, any temperature change. This is a beautiful time to not have to fill if we don't want to. I feel that many of us have a thorough lack of nothingness, if you will, in our days. We have physical rest when we sleep, but throughout the day, it is good to have a mental rest as well. Many people do that with meditation. Some people do that while they are working on something that brings them fulfillment or satisfaction. But sometimes it can be hard to find what brings us nothingness. brings us a chance to just exist and be at peace for a little while. It helps slow time down, makes everything seem a little brighter. You're able to hear a little bit better. You're able to cherish a little bit more. But I hope with this Reiki session, I'm able to bring you a little bit of that nothingness in which your mind does not have to work. When we sit down or lie down and allow our bodies to rest, it's not often that our mind gets to rest as well, unless we sleep. This is the time that we can allow your mind to sit down and relax. Just take a moment. And now the last position I am not going to be touching. This is more over the groin area, sacral chakra, root chakra. So I hold my hands over it. And that works just fine. The rise and fall of my own breath. Feeling what you're in need of here. Levels of toxicity in your body in this area. I'll stay here for just a little bit longer until I feel that I've given you all that you need. After this, we will flip you on your back, or on your stomach rather. We'll have you lay on your stomach so I can work on your back. There are 5 more positions that we can work with. Get you situated so that you are at your most comfortable. Right, so I will give you a moment to flip over, and then we will work with your head first and go all the way down to your lower back. Now I will start by putting my hands on top of the back of your head. If you were face up, this would be like I was cradling your head. giving you what you need to alleviate the congestion in this area. More than welcome to let your thoughts roam. Some people may even sleep. There's no need for you to do anything further here. So it's truly up to you on how you wish to spend this time. Some people use it as a meditation. Some people use it for contemplation. Maybe they have something that they've been thinking about for a while. They needed some clarity. As I work on the head, sometimes it brings that clarity. This is your time to do it as you will. And just allow me to bring balance and re-energize your mind, your body, more importantly, your soul. Some say that Jikiden Reiki gets to the soul of any of your problems, issues, imbalances. We can address the physical or the mental or emotional, but at every level, those are just symptoms, while the cause lies in the soul. With Jikiden Reiki, we can work with the soul. Now I'm going to come back to your side here. Put my hands on the top of your back, one hand on each side. Just feeling what you need, listening to my hands. We are infusing your body, your soul, this Reiki healing to restore balance, wellness, clarity, just feeling for what you need here. What does your soul need? And then I can move down a little bit so I'm more in line with the scapula here. One hand goes across the other so that they are perpendicular to the line of your body. You can feel your heart center here, tips of my fingers in the palm of my hand. Just behind my hands, your heart, your lungs. Feel the rate of your breath, beat of your heart. But I'm feeling also for anything your body, your soul wishes to tell me. Where can I help? useful practice for both the patient and the practitioner. When giving Reiki healing, we need to be calm and serene ourselves, to take away stress, to take away pain, and to give healing. We ourselves must be free of stress. Take this time to connect to you, connect to your body, to your soul. And then we come down the same sort of hand position, but just a little bit lower. And this is in the mid-back. This is where your diaphragm is. Bottom of your rib cage. Same position of the hands. But just a couple inches down. This is the 12th position. We only have a couple of more to go. You may feel a lightness in your body as we work through each position. Some people may even feel a comfortable heaviness. Sometimes when we're not connected to our body very well, we're brought back down into it. We can feel the weight of our soul in our bodies. Feel the weight of our bodies on the table. Some people feel a warm sensation spread throughout them. You may not feel anything for a little bit. It may come later. There's no telling what sensations you might have, and they might change from treatment to treatment just depending on what we're working on. If we're working on something specific, then you might feel pain or discomfort lessen and warmth as the healing spreads. But for the whole body, this may just make you feel a little more centered and rested and relaxed. And then I put both hands side by side on the sacrum. And this is the 13th position. They are perpendicular to the body, the lower back. Some people really, really enjoy this particular position because it's not often that we have, I don't want to say sensation, but it's not often that we pay attention to certain parts of our body, and the small of the back tends to be one of them. Unless it hurts us, it's not really something we think about. But when we have a warm, gentle pressure there, it's a beautiful sensation. Sometimes if I'm particularly stressed, a hot water bottle on the lower back is exquisite, because from there sometimes you can feel the warmth all the way into your toes, all the way up your spine, into your head. And that's kind of what Reiki can feel like as well. Like I'm touching one place, but the healing, the warmth spread all throughout the body. This is one of my favorite positions here. It gives support, it's reassurance, it's a centering. Just stay here for a little while. I feel some sensation here. I'm trying to pick it out. Just a little bit of tingling for sure. Seems to be the area we've had with the most toxic accumulation here. I'm going to sit with this and address it. Let's take a little time to clear out the abuse in here. And lastly, there is one more position, and this is more on the waistline. I will have one hand that is on one side and the other hand is on the other, and these are parallel to the line of the body. There's just a little bit of that accumulation here, but I think primarily your source was in the sacrum. This is just the remnants we can clear out. Feeling that release. So I will give you a moment to come back, and we will get you sat back up chat for just a moment. So I will let you come back to the world. You can take a minute if you need to. And I will see you in just a second. So how are you feeling? Wonderful, wonderful. Yes, those who get a Reiki treatment often feel just completely at peace in their body, connected with their breath. It's an ethereal experience, really. Yes. So the best thing that I can recommend is lots of rest, lots of hydration, maybe some light meals. Don't want to weigh yourself down too much. But other than that, you might feel this feeling for a few hours. It might last a few days. And then you will go forth much healthier, much more in alignment than you were before. Okay? All right. Is there anything else I can do for you at all? Okay. Well, I want to thank you so much for coming here for this Jikiden Reiki experience. I really hope that it was healing and beautiful for you. I hope you have a whale of a day and good rest of your night. Thank you.